Howdy, y'all. I am your professor for EDUU 607, Seminar in Comparative Education, Dr. Kimberly Green. Nice to meet you. Please call me Dr. K. Dr. Green was an evil dentist I had as a child. A little tiny bit about me, then a little bit more about the course, and then let's get this show on the road. So I am in my 10th year as full-time faculty for Brown University. Started when we were back Chapman University College. I've also taught at Pepperdine University and at Chapman in some of the different schools. I've taught pre-K, elementary, middle, high school, undergrad, grad, postdoc, the whole gamut. Worked in the business world for a while. The stuff's there. So I bring a wide range of experience, ideas, perspectives to my facilitation of this course. I'm originally from Iowa, which means I'm a very straight shooter. I have a tone where I like to have fun and I like to find reasons to smile and be joyful and a little silly sometimes, but please don't mistake that for being glib. I take our work together very seriously. I take my responsibility to your learning very seriously. So there'll be some jokes and some funny links that I send to try and get you to smile while still conveying, okay, don't forget this, or hey, remember, got to complete this. So be prepared for that. You will hear a lot from me. I give a lot of feedback. Again, there's always purpose to what I'm sharing with you. It's never just, great job. It's okay, you did really well on this, and here's why. Here's what you did that was so great. Let's keep doing that. You're a little weaker over here. You want to focus on this more. I will push you. Please be prepared for that. Don't take it personally. I push everyone. That's why I get paid the big bucks. Sorry, educator joke. So be prepared for that. In the 80s, when they were doing We Are the World, there was a big sign on the door. It said, leave your ego at the door. And I say that in this course. I say that in all the courses I teach, because I have a responsibility in only 8 weeks to authentically serve your learning and change your head, your heart, and your hands. Affective, your values, your emotions, behaviorally, the actions you choose, and cognitively, the facts you know, the way you think, how you structure and scaffold. You'll probably hear barking or machinery in the back of every video you get from me, because they're building a house next to me, behind me, kitty corner from me. It's not pretty. I work out of the home. I teach fully online now, have for a while. I love it. What that means is I'm pretty much working all the time. My iPhone is glued to my hip, so you should expect, if you send me a question, send me an email, have a something's up, you will get a response within 48 hours. If you don't, it means I didn't get it, and please resend it. And I mean that very genuinely, because it happens. It's technology. So please expect, know, and trust that if you send me a question, you will hear from me within 48 hours. Otherwise, resend it. I take this work very seriously, but again, like to have a good time while we're doing it. Why? Because comparative education is an amazing field. It's incredibly empowering for us as educators, because it helps us see better what is possible or what pitfalls we might want to avoid by examining what is happening around the world. What are our peers doing? What problems are they having? But you have to always look at things through the lens of culture. You have to. Education never occurs in a vacuum. It is a product of the culture, and it serves the culture. And in some places that is a very comfortable relationship, and in some places it's a very bad marriage. So there's a million different variables and things to look at. It is never an easy one-to-one. Our field right now is undergoing very dramatic change. On one hand, yay, we're getting all kinds of respect we haven't gotten before. There's endowed chairs in comparative ed and international research, all kinds of new publications, tons more data being shared globally. here's the thing we have to be careful of. Most of it, and most of what is coming at us these days, is purely quantifiable. It's flat stats. It's numbers, numbers, numbers. We're dealing with something that is a cultural construct, that is embedded in the culture, that serves the culture, or sometimes causes the deconstruction of the culture around it. This is not a course where you come in, read a couple of articles, get some numbers, put them together, and you're done. This course really is about changing your global perspective of education and how that relates to us on the ground with the kids in our communities, as well as how we better serve our peers, communicate with our peers all around the world. Yeah, I really am this corny. I told you I'm from Iowa, but I'm genuine. So you can expect a lot of feedback from me. You can expect I will guide and facilitate and ask and push and serve your learning to the best of my ability. And again, there's nothing I can do. They're building next door. I'm sorry for the barking. So I expect from you that you will be present. This is not a throwaway course. This is not a sit down on a Sunday night and do your 4 or 5 hours and you're done. You have to engage a minimum time of 3 times throughout the week. Chunk it. 2 hours one day, half an hour the next day. Maybe you take a day off, then another 2 hours, then another 45 minutes, take a day off. Whatever it is, a minimum of 3 different days throughout the week. It is a constructivist course. The threaded discussions are huge. They're very important. They're where you're negotiating meaning, not just with yourself through the use of language. Hello, Vorgetsky. Hello, V is for verbal, constructivism. 606. Hello, all of that. Love and Wanger, community of practice. We have to engage with our peers. We have to be asking each other questions. We have to be saying, that's an interesting concept. I don't see where it came from. How did you get there? Don't just be a cheerleader on the side. Be engaged. Be involved in the creation of knowledge. Every course is different. Every time I teach 607, it is a very different experience because you're all different people. Adult learners bring a wealth of experience and ideas and questions and issues and whatever to the class. Bring them here. This is a safe space. Far better you go off on a crazy tangent and we throw you a lifeline and pull you back than you just take it easy and do the bare bones minimum and walk out of this class the same person you walked in. When this is over, you should authentically have grown as a human being. I mean that again, affectively, behaviorally, and cognitively. So I expect you will bring your best self to this course. I expect you will engage a minimum of 3 different days across the week. When you do, you will engage authentically with your whole heart. You will ask questions of each other, of yourself. You will be willing to deconstruct things you know, because nothing is done. We are all works in progress, and I mean that with all my heart, and I feel the same way about myself. I expect to learn a lot from you all, and your studies and your questions, just as much as you should expect from me and each other. Couple things you've already seen on the Prezi, how this course is basically constructed. Live text, my friends. Our signature assignment must be turned in. The research paper, the comparative analysis, research and analysis that you will do. Non-judgmental, non-judgmental. This is not a course about saying, who's the best? We're the best. No. This is about exploring and gaining understanding through translation and juxtaposition so that you then can do comparison and see how it's really working in this country versus that country and what can we learn from the whole of this. Okay? Juicy, juicy, lots of messy. You're going to get messy in this class. Just go with it. So live text, virtual class, office. This is, I hold office hours every Monday. Please come, 4 to 6, pop in, don't need an appointment. If we have an all-class meeting, which I'm probably going to plan one for the end of week 1, look in the shelf for those specifics. My office is where we'll meet, but you have a live class debate. You will be on a team. All of that's in week 1. You'll start working with your team. Week 4, 5, you present in week 6. Live debate against another team. All of that is inside Debate Central. Communication is where there's the email link to email your peers throughout the term, myself as well. Discussion board, there's a shortcut to a very important part of this course. Your first post is always due by the end of Wednesday night. Now, we're adults. I'm not putting a time on there. Before you go to bed Thursday night, okay? So that we can have an authentic discussion. Each discussion board prompt is the starting place for each conversation. It is not the end. It does not frame it. It offers you a launching pad. Okay, please take that visual seriously. The topic for each conversation is not the ending spot. Our conversations are not myopic. Our conversations are, again, constructivism, crafting understanding through engagement and negotiation of meaning. And I don't understand that great link you pulled in. That really meant something to me. How did you come to find that? What was it that triggered you to go research in that area? Ask each other questions. Look at our discussion board rubric. It is about engagement. That engagement is what is necessary to ensure that your learning is authentically meaningful to you, transferable out into your real world practice, your thinking, your words, the nomenclature you use, the choices you make, and transformational to your view of yourself, your place in the world as an educator, wherever you are in the whole of the educational paradigm, whether you're a pre-K teacher or you're an administrator or you're teaching adults or you're a corporate trainer. We're all educational peers. We're all members of a community of practice, okay? These threaded discussions are crucial. They are the starting place, not the end place. Go through that rubric. All right, now Wiki Central, this course has been rebuilt from top to bottom. When you have a wiki, when we have collaborative work or you're building something that's going to take some time, you will have a link in your week to come into, or you can shortcut into Wiki Central, and this is where the individual wikis live. Okay, so just be prepared for that. It's a little different build than previously, but it should be more stable than the old software. All right, any comments, questions, issues, ideas, or chocolate? I'm always open for chocolate. I'm an email away. This really is a collaborative experience. Please come ready to have a good time, but hard fun. Seymour Papert, one of my favorite educational theorists and researchers. Hard fun, man. You're going to work, but it should be work that you're jazzed about. Get in the zone. All right, I'm doing this research and oh, there's something here. Oh, maybe that's a dead. Oh, wait, but there's something here. Okay? Give yourself over to this. I only get you for 8 weeks. I take that very seriously. Here's to a great term. See you online.